What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Two Pencils podcast for the first time in a week. Jackson, it feels like we've not recorded in forever as we've been gone to the SEC tournament, but it is glad to be back, or good to be back.
It does feel like it's been a long time, and
Um,
we've been busy since.
yeah, we went down to the SEC tournament. We've talked about it for a while, and the SEC tournament has now come and gone, and the Arkansas Razorbacks and John Calipari are SEC tournament champions, and let you talk a little bit about just the overall trip as a whole.
Well, I'm sorry if you hear a bunch of nonsense going on in the background. My daughter is throwing a fit. Uh, there's a bunch of people over here, so anyway. But as far as that goes, the tournament is always a blast. I look forward to it every year. You know, it's just something that we look forward to. Or we go with our uncle and cousin, and uh, dad got to go to a game this year, and it was just a blast. Nashville's awesome. Uh, you know, you'd like to see Kentucky make it a little further just because it means there's more people there. But it was good to get to watch Florida play. I got to see the Florida Kentucky game. We had great seats. Florida won, obviously, and it was a good experience. I almost bought the tickets the next day. Thank goodness I didn't because they got their butt kicked and played their worst game of the year. So overall, it was a great time.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games that went on. The biggest surprise of the weekend, I guess you would have to say, was Vanderbilt. Them and Ole Miss. Ole Miss was the 15 seed, and they made it all the way to the semifinals. Vanderbilt, they were a 4 seed, but I still don't think a lot of people take Vanderbilt all that serious because it's Vanderbilt.
They're
But
good.
they're really good, and like I said, they were the 4 seed. They earned a double bye in the SEC tournament, and then they won their first 2 games. They throttled Florida in the semifinals, and
I
then
still
earned a trip.
shot.
They were lights out, and then they went to the championship game on Sunday and ultimately fell to Arkansas in what was a very very good game. Um, what about and of course I was able to go to 2 games. I got a little ahead of myself. I went to the Kentucky versus Missouri game on Thursday. Pretty good atmosphere. Very good game. Kentucky got up in that game by 17. Missouri actually came back and took the lead. Luckily, down the stretch in that game, Otega Owe and Denzel Aberdeen kind of took over the final couple minutes and propelled Kentucky to a victory. And then we were both at the quarterfinal game on Friday against Florida. And I was talking to a buddy, and I know I told you, for Kentucky to beat Florida, it was going to take Kentucky's A game and Florida's about C minus game. And we got Florida's C minus game. Florida didn't play that very well. Florida didn't shoot the ball well the entire tournament. But unfortunately, Kentucky didn't play very well in that game either. Neither team could make a shot.
Yeah, Florida's just they're miles better than Kentucky, and
They
it's
are.
what it is. And people will argue that it's not true, but I'm sorry, it's the same script for all 3 games. Florida jumped way ahead. Kentucky made a little comeback when Florida started coasting, and it didn't matter.
I mean, all 3 games have been single digits, but like you said, it's followed the same script. Florida jumps up around 15, Kentucky fights back, and then Florida's just good. They are just better than Kentucky. Um, and you mix,
10 times Florida would win 10.
I mean, to beat Vanderbilt gave the script of how to beat Florida. You got to make 10 plus threes. Kentucky made
Florida
three.
didn't make but 2 or 3, I think.
I'm sorry, Florida only made 3 threes in the game against Kentucky and still won the game. Kentucky, I think they ended up making around 6 or so. I'm not exactly for sure on those, but the one big run Kentucky had, of all people, Mo Diabate made 2 threes in consecutive possessions. So, in my opinion, I don't. Kentucky, and they probably won't even play again this year. But if they did, Kentucky would have to make 10 plus threes.
Well, if they play, it'll be in the national championship game. So
So yeah, they won't be playing again, and we'll get into the NCAA tournament here in just a few minutes. But and I'm probably going to shock some people when I give my NCAA tournament picks here in a little bit. But what about Darius Acuff and the Arkansas Razorbacks?
He's legit. He may be the best guard Cal's had since
Since
Fox.
Wall, I think he's better than Fox at the college level.
Fox was elite.
So is Acuff.
I agree. We'll see what kind of tournament run they make. He reminds you of Derrick Rose a little bit, just the way he kind of looks and plays. Uh, he's tough. I mean, no guard Cal had at Kentucky was scoring 30.
Now, to me, and we can go down this road if you want, as far as Calipari guards, I know I've got a lot of, for some reason, I don't know how, but I've got a lot of Arkansas people on my Twitter. Um, I don't know how that happened, but anyway, they're saying he's the best guard Calipari's ever had. For me, I can't put him ahead of Derrick Rose and John Wall.
No, those are A1 and 2.
I would say Acuff is three,
He could be. He could be.
especially if he goes on a run in this Final Four or to the Final Four.
Right.
But his SEC
He also
tournament
didn't play a lot of the year too, so
his SEC tournament run
that was incredible.
it was incredible. 3 games in 3 days. I'm pretty sure he went for 37 in the championship game against Vandy.
Wow.
Um, but what about just Nashville as a whole? Because I have a hot take.
Oh yeah, that sucks. You were miserable to be around all weekend.
I think I am officially too old for Nashville. It's crazy expensive. It's crowded. I've reached that point in my life where I'm
If
over
I'm
it.
lucky enough to get to 75 years old, you'll see me strolling down Broadway.
I
Um,
mean, I'm with you, and I'm sure I will be too, but I'm probably going to complain about it.
you complained enough this weekend for a lifetime.
You're exaggerating. You are. But yeah, overall, we had a hotel about, what would you say, maybe point 0.2, point 0.3 miles away from Bridgestone, right there on Broadway. It was an incredible experience. It's probably my favorite trip that I take every year. Um, if Kentucky could ever make it to Saturday, and God forbid they make it to Sunday, it would be an even better trip. But I've never been when they've made it that far. They've always made it to Friday at best.
Well, you know who finally decided that they enjoy the tournament and made it to Sunday?
John Calipari.
John Calipari.
And I've seen a lot of the Arkansas people, and again, I really have no clue how they end up on my Twitter. But when you click on of course, there's two tabs. You got For You and then Following, and I tend to stay on the For You. I don't know, but for some reason, Arkansas, I'm flooded with Arkansas. Um, how do you think Kentucky fans reacted to Calipari winning? Or what do you think the normal reaction should have been?
I mean, I think it was to be expected. I think there's a lot of people, and these people, in my opinion, are a little not ignorant, but just I don't think they understand how it works. Like Kentucky needed to move on, and Cal can still be good at a new school. Both can be true. Both are true, were true. I don't think you get this type of Calipari if you're still at Kentucky.
I agree with that.
Not going to. It was just a step. I mean, you can say what you want to. He lost to St. Peter's and
Oakland.
Oakland, and a lot of not getting to the second weekend. Like it is what it is, and it's not like it was 1 year or 2 years. It was 5 straight years.
I think the majority of
Mixed
Kentucky
in,
fans,
hold on, mixed in with a couple. How many times did he not even make the tournament? Two?
I think twice.
So you can't sit there and act like it was all sunshine and rainbows. He needed a change of scenery. He going to Arkansas probably rejuvenated him a little bit, and there you go. And now he's having. I mean, it was always going to be that way. You were never going to get the cow that you're getting right. That's swaggy cow. You were not getting swaggy Cal at Kentucky. It had just gotten old and stale, and he had gotten kind of set in his ways. He even said it after the game, after the SEC championship game. Did you see his interview?
I did not.
He openly said, guys, this is just another game. And one of the Arkansas players in the back said, F no, it ain't. This is a championship game. He said, well, if that's what you need me to tell you, let's go get them. And he openly said, this is about the name on the back of the jersey, not the name on the front, which is literally opposite of what anyone tells you ever.
Hmm. No,
And
I hadn't seen that.
he is open about the fact that he wants to change kids' lives and get them to the league. Perfectly fine. Not going to work at Kentucky. Kentucky wants banners.
And that was my biggest gripe with him because you were at the best university in the country, best basketball program of all time, and winning was
How
not
you
your main
can't do
concern.
both, I don't know.
But I think I agree with you. Kentucky fans, I think, realized like it was time to move on. You know, it does kind of suck seeing him go somewhere else and have that success, especially in our own league. But it was definitely time for a change.
You're not going to get the same cow.
Well, the SEC tournament has come and gone. Arkansas is your SEC tournament champ, like we said. The SEC got 10 teams into the NCAA tournament, and the NCAA tournament it's here. The brackets are out. Um, so we'll start. I'll let you, as a Florida fan, I'll let you talk a little bit about. Uh, well, actually, first let's talk about these regions. What regions stand out to you as being the toughest? Which one you think is the least tough or easiest?
Well, in my opinion, there's two loaded regions and two that are pretty smooth, honestly. I think Florida's region is completely loaded. For Florida to make it to the Final Four, they're going to have to play Houston in Houston more than likely. That's miserable. And if you're Houston, you're sitting there saying, "Well, dang, we've got, uh, our one seed is one of the best teams in America." Which obviously, duh, you're a one seed, you're one of the best four teams in America. But then I think that complete opposite side with Michigan is loaded,
Kentucky's bracket?
or not Michigan. Arizona's region is loaded.
I don't know how you're not mentioning Duke's region. It is absolutely stacked. The East, you've got Duke as the one seed, UConn. Okay, and to me, it's more about coaches. I'm gonna rattle off these teams first: Duke, UConn. Your three is Michigan State, four Kansas, and your five is St. John's. That is John Shire, who is proven to be, like him or not. I, for one, we can get into this later. I'm a John Shire fan. Sue me. You got John Shire proven to be one of the best young coaches. Dan Hurley, two-time national champion. Tom Izzo, national champion, multiple Final Fours. Bill Self, multiple-time national champion. And Rick Pitino, multiple-time national champion. As the top five seeds, to me, that is crazy.
Pretty good. And
I mean,
you also have in there that Louisville and South Florida can both play. I know
yeah,
people like, but they can both play. UCF is one of those trendy upset picks. I know a 7-10 is not a crazy upset, but
you got UCLA in there too, a traditional powerhouse, one of the best programs of all time.
yeah, a little oversight there by missing that one. But I think that side is loaded. That's the same side as Florida and Houston. That side is absolutely loaded. You
And
know,
see,
in the in the
going back
Florida
to your
region, you've got a red hot Vanderbilt team. You've got Nebraska, who's having their best year ever. You've got Illinois. You've got Houston. You've got, I know North Carolina's best players hurt, but it's still North Carolina. They know how to win in March.
Going back to your Florida comment about having to play Houston, that wouldn't be till the Elite Eight, dude. All Elite Eight matchups are going to be tough.
Houston and Houston's a little different, though.
I don't think Florida's bracket's all that bad, honestly.
Really?
I mean, it's probably. I mean, no, I really don't. I mean, Florida's more than likely. I mean, they're going to play a 16 seed. Then you're going to play the winner of Clemson, Iowa. I mean, and then you're probably going to play Vandy
A
in the
team
Sweet
that
16.
beat you by a million, it felt like.
There's 16 teams left at that point. Every game's going to be brutal.
I don't feel like St. John's is in the same stratosphere as Duke. I don't think that game will be close if they play each other. Uh, the
I think
Johnnies
it'll,
sold out in the tournament early last year, and they were better last year.
but they're playing their best ball right now. Did you see what they just did to UConn?
I do, but I'm telling you, I don't look into these teams like UConn and Florida. I think those are flukes. I genuinely think those are flukes. And I know that sounds crazy, but like it literally took Florida's worst shooting performance of the entire year. And then if you go look at UConn's box score, they had their one of their top three worst shooting nights of their year. Like those two teams can win.
My brother, do not doubt Rick Pitino.
I don't. I hope Rick Pitino goes in there and ends John Shire's season would make my heart happy. But I've also seen Duke play. And last year's St. John's team, I was 100% bought in on them, and they screwed me, and I'll not forget it. So until they prove me wrong, I don't believe in St. John's.
I mean, seriously, just look at this again. Those are four elite coaches. I can't put John Shire in the elite category yet because he's never won one, but he's well on his way. Let's just be honest. At some point, I mean that is that's crazy. That's five great coaches, and Duke is the number one overall seed. If you want to talk about a tough road, and I think most of the country would agree that the committee usually takes care of Duke. I agree wholeheartedly, but they did not this year. Their path is going to be they're going to beat a 16 seed. Ohio State, TCU in that 8-9 spot, those are two. I mean, I think they can give Duke a game. They can't beat them. Okay, then you've got Sweet 16, St. John's or Kansas, assuming they both make it. Elite 8, you're going to face Dan Hurley and UConn or Michigan State and Tom Izzo.
I
I
don't
mean,
think Duke is tested until they get to UConn.
that's crazy. That's a crazy take.
I'm just saying. I don't. I think they beat everyone by 10 plus until they get to UConn.
I don't know about that, dude. Since we're
Unless
on
their
this,
point guard means more to them than I think. I mean, they
since
look
we're on
good in the
this,
tournament in the ACC tournament without him.
since we're on this, I'm prepared to go down this road. I'm prepared to get hated on. It's going to happen, I'm sure. As Kentucky fans, being from Kentucky, I know you're a Florida guy, but you're still from Kentucky, so you're supposed to hate everything about Duke. What's your thoughts on John Shire?
Loser.
I thought you liked him a little bit.
I just don't dislike him, which
I'm a John
makes
Shire
me.
fan.
Which make here's my thing as the hater of the show. The fact that he's not completely dislikable makes me dislike him more.
He is
He
definitely
should be easy to hate, but he's not, and that makes me hate on him.
he is definitely more likable than Coach K was. Um,
Well, it's way less whiny.
yeah, I mean,
But
I
my
like
thing is,
Shire.
he's got all these great teams. At what point are we going to hold him accountable for choking?
That's a fair question.
This will be the second time in his Duke tenure he's had the number one overall seed, best team in the country.
Well, he's only been there 4 years. This is his fourth year, I believe.
Okay. So
So, I mean,
half of the years he's had the best team in America. You should win it at that clip. You should win at least one.
well, let's talk about Kentucky's path. I feel like as a Kentucky fan, it's been a pretty bad year. But for the regular season that we've had, I don't think Kentucky fans can complain about their draw. You got, in my opinion, out of all the two seeds, and I'm not overlooking the first round matchup. You got Santa Clara in the first round. They score the ball at a
Expert that I've seen make picks has Kentucky losing to them.
lock of the first round. Listen and listen good. Lock of the first round. I'm not sure what the spread is now, but it opened at 2.5. Go bet Kentucky minus 2.5. I'm not encouraging gambling, but if you are into that stuff, Kentucky minus 2.5. I'm telling you, lock of the first round. I sent that in a group chat this morning, actually. Kentucky minus 2.5. If you're into betting, go bet it.
You're certain.
Kentucky's not losing. I'm certain Kentucky's not losing that game. And I was pretty confident
Can I ask
before.
you a question before you go any further?
Sure,
What has Marcus Pope done to give you this confidence?
nothing he's done. It's the fact that you know, it's a must-win game, obviously.
He will be
Um,
coaching the team in the game, just so you know.
but I was pretty confident at 2.5 when the line first came out. But then when you see all these analysts telling you Santa Clara, Santa Clara, Santa Clara, Kentucky's not losing that game. And I'll eat crow if they do. Kentucky minus 2.5. That's your lock of the first round. But as far as 2 seeds go, in my opinion, Iowa State's the worst 2 seed. I could catch some heat for
What?
that. Yeah, but I would take Purdue over them.
I
I
would
would take I would take UConn, and I'm for sure taking Houston.
I would say they're the third best 2 seed. I think Purdue's not as good as them.
Purdue just beat Michigan in the Big Ten championship.
I don't think Michigan's that good. There, I said it.
Okay. But I mean, if you're Kentucky, you got Santa Clara, tough game.
When I
It's
say I don't think Michigan's that good, I don't think they make the Final Four.
and then if you beat Santa Clara, you're more than likely going to have Iowa State. Um, then that Sweet 16 round matchup, if you're fortunate enough to get there, you're looking at probably Tennessee, Alabama. No, I'm sorry, you're looking at Tennessee or Virginia. Um, I don't hate their draw. I think possibly, not likely, but I do think it's possible to get to the second weekend. If you would have told me that Houston or UConn was our 2 seed, I would have said we are going to get embarrassed in round two. They would have punked us.
All right, let's do a little exercise here. Do you have your bracket handy?
I do.
Okay, I'm just going to throw out like 8 to 10 teams. You tell me where their final game, what round it's in.
Okay, I like it.
All right, Duke.
National championship.
Okay, I have them losing in the Elite Eight. Louisville.
First round loss to South Florida.
UConn.
Um, Elite Eight game to Duke.
Florida.
Elite Eight to Houston.
Arkansas.
I have Arkansas in the Final Four.
Gonzaga.
I believe I have them in the Elite Eight, losing to Arkansas.
I have them losing in the first round.
To,
Uh,
to Kennesaw State?
I'm sorry, I have them losing in the second round to BYU. Sorry.
About to say.
Michigan.
I think I had them in the national championship game.
Virginia.
I don't have my filled out bracket in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I had them losing to. I think I had them losing to Michigan in the Elite Eight.
I
I
have them in
think.
the Final Four.
You just said earlier Michigan wasn't Final Four good.
Virginia is who I asked you about.
Sorry, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I think Elite Eight.
And Kentucky.
Round of 32.
All right. Just some random teams I want to hear where they were and kind of compare them.
Let me ask you this, and we can both talk about this. What do you think the best first round matchup is?
Um, my mind immediately goes to Louisville, South Florida. I think Louisville's better. I have Louisville going to the Sweet 16, to be honest. I do not think Louisville is that bad. I think they have one of the best guards in the country, and guards win in March. Uh, Also, I needed a random 6 seed to get to the Sweet 16 because it's happened 12 out of the last 13 years. And
Really?
that was my pick because they have Michael Brown Jr. Um, I think the Clemson Iowa game will be great. Um, I think that St. Mary's versus Texas A&M will be a great first round matchup. Um, I think whoever BYU plays, Texas, I have them playing Texas. I think, but either Texas or NC State. I think Texas and NC State will be a great first four game, and then whoever they play next, great game. Um,
I've got a couple here that I'm going to point out. Go ahead.
Georgia and St. Louis will be a great first round game. I have St. Louis winning that game.
I've
Uh,
got 3 or 4 in mind, and
and then I think
no,
Kentucky and Santa Clara is going to be a good game.
I'm looking at the North Carolina VCU game. I have picked VCU in both brackets that I filled out so far. That probably assures North Carolina a victory, but I really like that matchup. Another one, I don't know why, but I have randomly watched this team play twice. Vanderbilt versus McNeese State. I think that will be a good game. And then I've got two on the other side that really stand out to me. Villanova and Utah State in the 8-9 game in the Arizona region. And then right below it, this is probably the biggest upset that I'm taking in the first round, High Point versus Wisconsin. I think High Point is 30-4 on the season. I could be mistaken there, but I'm pretty sure they're pushing 30 wins. And there is always, 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 always a 12 versus 5 upset.
Yeah. High Point is 30-4.
Yeah. So, and
It's
again,
a
that's mine.
9.5 point spread.
That's mine that I'm rolling with. High Point over Wisconsin. What's your biggest upset that you're taking in the brackets that you fill out?
Oh, let me look at it here. My biggest upset is probably going to be uh not looking like I got that many in the first round.
No upsets.
I didn't take many. I mean, like a 9 over an 8, or I don't have many big ones. Most of mine are in the second round. Um, I mean, I've got Utah State over Villanova, Texas A&M over St. Mary's. I don't have a lot of big ones on here.
Okay, well, one final question, the most important question. And this won't be the final thing we talk about as far as the NCAA tournament, but what's your final four picks?
My final four is UConn, Florida, BYU, and Virginia.
BYU and Virginia?
I think just something else to stick in Mark Pope's craw propels them to the Final Four.
Well, that would do it.
And I have watched Virginia play. They're like that. They're pretty dang good. And they got a
Virginia
big
is good. Who blocks a lot of shots.
yes. I am going to change
BYU.
one pick on here that doesn't really affect much because of recent events that happened today, and that is I had Alabama going to the Elite Eight. I will now be changing that pick
Yeah,
because
they had a player that is now. I don't know if he'll get to play or not. I'm thinking he probably will, but he was caught with some marijuana today and got arrested. So I'm not sure if he'll be allowed to play or not, but we'll see. Um,
here is how the BYU Cougars got where they got. I think they win their first round game handedly. I think they upset Gonzaga. I don't believe in Purdue, like I said earlier. I have them winning that game. They have good guard play. And then I don't trust John Calipari that deep in the tournament. The man's won a lot of games, but not been to that many championship or not won that many championships and not made it to the Final Four with some dang good teams. I have them beating Arkansas in the Elite Eight, and that is how I got BYU there.
so
My
what's your team?
championship game is Florida versus Virginia, with Florida winning 84-80.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you either win a lot of bracket challenges or you get last.
And that is my whole goal. I'm
As for me,
going home.
I'm going to take Duke out of the East. Um, in the South, I'm taking Houston. I think Houston beats Florida in that Elite Eight matchup. Duke versus Houston on one side of the bracket, and then on the other side, it takes elite guard play to win in March. And in the West region, Arkansas has the best. I am taking Arkansas to make the Final Four. I won't be upset at all if they don't, but Darius Acuff has given me no reason to doubt him. I think he leads Arkansas to the Final Four. And then in the Midwest, um, I've got to go Michigan. Um, I think that Big Ten championship loss to Purdue may have been a great thing for them. So my Final Four: Duke, Houston, Arkansas, Michigan championship matchup. I think Duke gets their revenge on Houston this year for that uh, late collapse last year in the Final Four. I think Duke edges out Houston, and I think Michigan beats Arkansas, sets up a Duke versus Michigan championship. And then, as bad as I hate to say it, I think I'm picking Duke. It
You've done
pains me to
nothing but
say.
love on Duke this whole time, so
I've not really said anything about Duke. I've talked about Shire.
that's Duke.
I'm a Shire fan. I don't care. He does nothing to make you, like you said earlier. He does nothing to make you hate him. So, sticking with the NCAA tournament wave. This is just a random question. Are you a paper bracket guy like me, or are you all online?
Oh, I love the paper bracket.
Absolutely. Me and you went to your classroom. That's about 30 minutes after the brackets were released, and we printed off 50. Why did we print off 50?
I don't know. My JAG classes did their brackets today. Uh, I didn't take a picture of the second class's bracket, but my first class had Florida versus Arkansas in the championship. Florida winning 84-80. Our final four in there was Duke versus Florida, and imagine this: Arkansas versus Kentucky.
That would be crazy.
Imagine that would feed families.
That would be a great script if sports are scripted. That would be a great story. And
John Calipari and Mark Pope met in the Final Four. Number one, that would mean they beat some hellacious teams to get there, and there was some crazy upsets. But could you imagine the energy in the building in
oh
that
my
Final
god,
Four game?
no,
And it would probably be the second game. It would be the late game on Saturday night, and no one would go to bed. Everyone would stay up and watch it. It would be
you
the
know what?
greatest Final Four. Florida Duke cinema, anyway, and then Kentucky Arkansas would be the greatest Final Four in history of college basketball.
You know how much tickets would be if that
Oh,
hypothetically happened?
could you imagine? You've got arguably the two best teams in the whole thing, and then two teams that are just now rivals just because of what you got.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
And there's
I
no
don't.
chance it happens.
Yeah,
Three of
yeah, I
those
don't.
teams can get there. I think Kentucky's the odd man out.
You think?
Yes, I do.
Um, But just a reminder out there, be sure and join the Two Pencils podcast bracket challenge on ESPN. You can just go to bracket challenge on the ESPN app, tournament challenge app, and type in Two Pencils podcast. You can find us there. Also, you can find it on Facebook. We've posted it there as well. The winner, we have some new updated prizes thanks to a special donor who wanted to remain anonymous. First place will be getting a $20 Amazon gift card and a Two Pencils Podcast t shirt. And second place will be getting a $10 Garcia's Grill gift card and a Two Pencils Podcast t shirt. So, some prizes out there for first and second. It's free to play, no money involved. Just first and second place will be getting those prizes. Have you filled yours out yet?
Yes, I'm in there. There's 13 entries right now. I just looked.
Have you, this is another random question, then we'll move on, but are you the type of person that just fills out one bracket, or or do you have multiple?
I like to fill out one and say this was the first one I fill out. I just kind of keep it, and then like that's my bracket. And then, like, if I enter this contest, I'll have this one online, or if I like, there's one at school they're doing, I'll do it. But I always fill out one bracket. The very first one I fill out on paper, and that's mine. And I keep it like I'll keep it on my desk at school, and I'll just see how I really did, and just be like, these are my picks. This is what I truly think is going to happen. It's kind of a weird way to do it, I guess, but that's a long-winded way of saying both.
Yeah, I can't help it. I usually have two or three. I usually try to keep it all pretty similar and maybe mix up a Final Four team. Like, for example, I've got Duke and UConn in the Elite Eight in all of mine. So, like on one here and there, I may switch and put UConn in the Final Four. Just some simple changes, but for the most part, mine remain the same. How many bracket challenges are you in?
Two right now, and then I'll be in one at school, and I'll probably get in
Got our,
Bethel's.
we've got our podcast one. We've got our family one. That's always fun, just for bragging rights among our family. Maisie filled out her first bracket last night. I was there to watch that. It was hilarious. Who ended up winning hers? I think it was Alabama.
I think so. She filled it out. Basically, we had to start using the we had to start using
Mascots.
the mascots. Yeah, I
Who was
don't.
they pulling?
I don't
Alabama
think
versus
I have
who?
a picture of it.
I've got it in my truck because I'm always the one that keeps up with our family bracket. But I know it was Alabama, and I can't remember. But you started saying elephant or Jayhawk, and of course no one was beating the elephant for Maisie. So uh,
She took my
anyway,
a long way. She knows that she's supposed to like gators, so
that's who it was. I think it was Alabama versus Florida.
may have been.
Yeah, I think it was actually. Um, and she there for a while. She was only choosing the second team. You would say.
Yeah, only the second. Whoever I said second was who she picked. So
It was absolutely hilarious to sit and watch. She was pounding some cookies, some chocolate chip cookies, had chocolate all over her face, down her leg, on her belly, and just picking some tournament games. I mean, can life get any better?
and then Trista is always hilarious to hear her pick games. Also, she won
Yeah,
it the first year she was in our family. She won it.
yeah. I can't remember. I can't remember who won it last year, but anyway, we got the this podcast challenge I'll be in, our family challenge, and then our llama challenge. Probably be the three that I get in. Our school at school they actually came around today, and the way we do it is you draw a team. They actually changed it this year. You get two teams, so like you draw, and they give you the matchup. So say you might have drew the Alabama versus Hofstra game, and that means you have both of those teams, and you get to wear jeans and t-shirt as long as one of your teams are still playing. I drew Duke and Siena, so hopefully I will be wearing. There, I said it again. Like I want to be able to dress comfy. Excuse me, but I also don't mind to see Duke lose. So kind of torn there on what I want, but I drew Duke and Siena. Do y'all do anything at school?
They're having one. They sent out a email at $10 to get in it, but I'm a PE teacher, so I wear comfy clothes every day. So that prize would be not worth it for me.
No, it is to me. But anyway, let's move on. Talk a little high school basketball. Starting off with the Kentucky High School Girls Basketball Sweet 16, we would like to congratulate Franklin Simpson, Lady Wildcats, on a great season. They were the fourth region champions, and then they went on to the state tournament where they won their first round game. They beat Bullet East 66 to 47, advanced to the Elite Eight of the state tournament, where they ultimately fell to George Rogers Clark 69 to 34 to end their season. But congratulations to Franklin Simpson on a great season. We'd also like to congratulate George Rogers Clark High School on winning the 2026 state championship as they defeated Assumption 48 to 43. So congratulations to those two teams on a great season. On the boys' side, it gets started this week actually, and we would like to say best of luck to the Warren Central Dragon boys team as they will be representing the fourth region this week at the boys state tournament, and they face North Laurel on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. at Rupp Arena. Would you like to add anything to that?
I have a hot take. I hate the state tournament. I think that it's dumb that it's one class. I think it should be class. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I know nobody agrees with me, but except for football coaches, and that's it.
My,
Probably baseball coaches also. They don't. They would probably rather it be classed also.
yeah, I'm not going to go down that road tonight unless you just want to, but you don't seem like you really want to.
I'm prepared to defend it, but I don't really care enough about it to
Well,
go
to
down. I
me,
think it's a cool tournament. It's awesome, yeah. But the fact that we're the only one left doesn't mean that's why it should stay that way. It should be what's best for the sport. It's not best for the sport. I don't care what anybody says. One random county team making it to the finals every 20 years or 10 years or whatever, in my opinion, is not worth it. Uh, that's just my take on it. I'm sorry. But, it sucks that you've got regions like this one where the same team comes out and it doesn't really matter. Like, this is the most open the region's ever been this year, and the same team got there where you've got certain, I just don't like it. You've got certain regions that the same teams are going to come out of, and there's nothing any other team can do just because of socioeconomic factors. And then you've got these regions out in eastern Kentucky where teams that couldn't even compete in a region like ours get to go to the state tournament.
I would say the argument against you is that they already do these Class A and Class 2A state championships. I'm on your side, but I would just say that's probably their rebuttal.
Well, then I would rebuttal and say it's in the middle of the year. That's dumb. Then also, not every school competes in it. So it's not a true thing. It's
Plus, you've
literally
got
like
the
a Christmas tournament.
plus you've got the private schools that are still in those Class A
Those,
tournaments.
and I'm not disrespecting anybody that's ever won a Class A or Class 2A, but when you compare it to the Sweet 16, it's like a Christmas tournament.
Mm,
Would
it's
you
more
rather
than
win the Class A state championship or the fourth region championship as a girls' high school head coach?
say that again.
Would you rather win the Class A state championship in Owensboro, or would you rather win the fourth region championship?
I mean, fourth region,
Okay.
but I would like to see, and it'll never happen, but I think a way to maybe fix that would be to maybe class it, have 1 through 6 like football, and
I don't
then
think you need that many. I don't think football needs that many.
well, however many classes you end up with. And someone suggested this in our llama chat, and I liked it. Class it, however many classes, one, let's just say 6, since that's what football does. Have your 6 state champions, and then let them go play in the actual state tournament. So, like, you could have like, say Monroe County. Say we win Class 1A. We can be known as the Kentucky Class 1A state champions, and then we have the right to go and play for the overall state championship. I think that would be a cool idea. Maybe. I
I,
don't know.
I think it'd be fun.
But anyway, let's move on to our final segment of the night. It is time to crown a Two Pencils podcast rap bracket champion. And our championship matchup tonight is between the two GOATs, in my opinion, Lil Wayne versus Drake. Are you ready? These matchups are tough. And once again, I actually know all 18.
I'm ready.
All right. Again, it's Drake versus Lil Wayne. Winner will move on to the Final Four. And guess who they'll play in the Final Four? Morgan Wallen.
Oh,
So it could be interesting. But up first, matchup number 1. We've got Elite Wayne lyricism versus Drake's "I'm the Guy Now" anthem.
did you
6 foot
get
set.
ism?
That's what it says. Yeah,
Lyricism.
whatever. We've got 6 foot, 7 foot versus headlines.
6 foot, 7 foot. Easy.
That was a lot quicker than I was expecting.
That's not close.
Okay. Matchup number 2, it's 1-0 Lil Wayne. Matchup number 2, we've got Pure Dominance Records. Both feel like victory laps. A Millie versus Nonstop.
Oh, Millie.
With ease?
Pretty easy. I mean,
Okay. Lil Wayne may run away with this because I think he wins this one too. This one shocked me when ChatGPT gave it to me because Drake is actually featured on this song, but it is a Lil Wayne song. Two massive We Made It records that defined their rise. We've got Right Above It versus Started from the Bottom.
right above it.
3-0 Lil Wayne. Matchup number 4. Crossover mega hits that took over pop culture. We've got Lollipop versus Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling.
I agree. 3-1. Can Drake make a comeback? Up next, we've got smooth late night classics with totally different vibes. We've got She Will versus Just Hold On, We're Going Home.
That's not a great matchup. She will.
I agree. 4-1. Up next, matchup number 6. We've got Takeover Energy versus one of the most iconic diss tracks ever. Fireman versus Back to Back.
Back to back.
I agree. To me, that one was probably the easiest one. 4-2.
She is technically also a Drake song, right? It's by Lil Wayne and Drake. Rap's a little different.
You sure?
Like if you, well, no, featuring Drake. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
So ChatGPT threw in 2 Lil Wayne songs that have Drake on it. That's kind of diabolical.
Well, that's how goated Lil Wayne is. Lil Wayne made Drake. You know that, right?
I don't
You might,
follow it
I
like
might
that.
catch heat for that, but like Drake came up under Lil Wayne with Cash Money Records.
It's 4-2. Lil Wayne needs one more
Or
win
Young
to
Money. Young Money. Sorry, not Cash Money. Young Money.
Lil Wayne needs one more win to clinch a spot in the final 4. Matchup number 7, we've got Intensity versus Inspiration, both huge in completely different ways. We've got Drop the World versus God's Plan.
God's Plan.
4-3. Uh, Wayne's Grind Anthem versus Drake's Breakout Superstar Moment. We've got Hustler Music versus Best I Ever Had.
Mm, I want to play them both. I just want to hear them again. Sorry if it says a bad word or something. Hmm. What was Drake's again?
Best I Ever Had.
Hustler Music.
5-3. Lil Wayne has officially won. But let's go with matchup number 9 just for the heck of it. We've got mixtape era Wayne dominance versus Drake's trap era anthem, and it is Go DJ versus Jumpman.
Jumpman.
5-4. So Lil Wayne takes down Drake. Was you surprised by that?
No. No, Lil Wayne was more my generation.
Lil Wayne's my personal favorite. He's so good. I was
His
just
most,
shocked.
you didn't even have half his best stuff on there.
I don't make these.
I think we were corrected. I was asking for Duffel Bag Boy, and we were corrected. Correct?
We were, yes. One of your classmates commented on our YouTube. Let me pull it back up here. Morgan Walker basically called you out for being factless. And
Mm-hmm.
it says, she said, Duffel Bag Boy is by Playa Circle, and it just featured Lil Wayne. Started 2 Chain's career. So you need to get your facts straight.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, Lil Wayne made the song, but you're right.
Well, anyway, Lil Wayne will be moving on. That gives us Hank Williams Jr., Morgan Wallen, and Lil Wayne in our music final 4. So up next will be the pop/random bracket where we just basically fill in with the best remaining.
Pop
So
slash rock
yeah, so if you have a suggestion of an artist that you think has been
that
left
we
out,
haven't put on here,
yeah, we can't be used so far.
like
If you
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner, Taylor Swift, yes,
I can't wait for Leonard Skinner and T Swift to come across each other so I can bury T Swift.
that's crazy.
That would
Well,
be a potential 9-0 sweep.
that's insanity.
I'm just saying.
Taylor Swift, goaded.
Are you saying on the Two Pencils podcast that Taylor Swift is better than Leonard Skinner?
I'm saying I like her better. Yes,
That's not what I asked. I said, are you saying Taylor Swift is better than Leonard Skinner?
I don't listen to Leonard Skinner enough to give you a definite answer. I'm saying I
Stop
like.
dodging the question.
I don't know.
So if you don't listen to Leonard Skinner, that would clarify that you like Taylor Swift more than Leonard Skinner. You think she's better.
I just said I like her
Her
better.
music is more worth listening to than Leonard Skinner. Therefore, you think she's better.
I, I'm not going to say that because I don't listen to
You
Leonard
don't want to
Skinner.
get absolutely blasted. That's why. Be
Oh,
a
because I
man and
don't
say
listen to
what
him.
you think.
Whatever. Well, that's all we've got for this episode. We will be back with a new one on Thursday, the day that the tournament starts. Um, Big week.
Technically, the tournament starts tomorrow.
That is true. The play-in game starts on Tuesday, uh, which is tonight.
They are
We've
not
got
playing games anymore. They're the first four.
oh, whatever. In those matchups, you've got Texas versus NC State, UMBC versus Howard, uh, Prairie View A&M versus Lehigh, and then what's the other one?
Texas and
My, no, Miami, Ohio versus SMU. So those games will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday evening. We will be back with a brand new episode on Thursday. As always, hopefully we're back on schedule now. But uh, anything you'd like to say before we go?
go Gators and go Dogs.
Yeah, big week. Um, Be sure and follow us on TikTok, Two Pencils Podcast. Be sure and follow us on Facebook, Spotify, and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, I will be joining the Basement Podcast by our buddy Tyler McMillan. If you've not checked that out yet, go over and do so. He is on YouTube. You can find him on Facebook as well. He does a really good job. So
Yeah,
shout out to T Mac and the Basement Podcast. I'm looking forward to going over there and chatting with him. I think you are on deck. I think you're gonna maybe do an episode with him here in the near future, or at least he wants you to. I know. Have you talked to him about that?
yeah, I'm in. I don't have a
And
day
then
or time yet, but he
and
knows
then
I can.
hopefully we've been talking about doing a collab episode with me and you, and then plus his podcast. So hopefully we can get that geared up in the near future. But again, go give him a like and listen or watch. He's on YouTube, and I think he's on Spotify as well. So go check him out again. He does a great job, and I look forward to joining that this week. But that's all we've got. We will see you all on Thursday. Everybody have a great week.